So recently we've been covering the whole situation with Mint Fantome and this YouTuber called Fsnom, who obviously has been getting a lot of backlash for liking Mint, the VTuber Mint. Yes, of course. I don't know how this has even become a thing, but essentially lots of people have been attacking him for liking Mint. And a lot of people have been responding. There's been so many more different things from the last time that we covered it. If you guys want to go back and look at what has been going on with that situation and how it all kind of started, I definitely recommend watching that video. But essentially, yeah, some people were saying, so let me get this straight, cancels a FNAF fan game due to burnout, IRL troubles and fans being nasty, plays Deltarune as a longtime fan the way he wants to, likes VTubers, especially Min Fantome, who is an adult, and gets called a lolicon. Y'all are all pathetic. And yeah, obviously a lot of people saying the screenshots from years ago of him being raunchy and edgy teenager as proof is literally something that the TADC fandom did with Kovac for no apparent reason, and now you're doing it here too. God forbid someone actually grows up and changes as a person. And if I'm not mistaken, he took a week-long break from streaming before that hate tweet about his way of playing Deltarune came out, which is where the original accusation reply came out. So you fuckers just went waiting for a perfect opening to put this man down. And yeah, essentially this is what like this kind of situation has turned into, right? It seems like there's been a lot of haters of Fsnom for a while now, right? This isn't just like, you know, anti-VTuber fans or anything like that. It seems like these people are looking to actively take this guy down and have been essentially just waiting for anything, just waiting for something that they can bite on and essentially try to get him cancelled for. And obviously we know it just doesn't work, right? It doesn't work whenever people try to do that. And yeah, obviously a lot of VTuber fans obviously fought back against that, right? Saying, so like, do these people really think all the 500,000 people that watch Mint are a PDF? Saying most likely. Saying Fsnom follows accounts that make lolicon art on an art site, and first people were defending him, saying it's an account he doesn't use anymore or isn't his. But then a day later, when the drama gained traction, the account unfollowed the makers. And they said, which art site, and do you have any proof of that? Then Blue Sky, not to mention him saying how he feels guilty for liking a character's design and saying he doesn't know how to like it without being put on a watch list. Which yeah, obviously if you put further info. So yeah, obviously the whole thing is fake. It's the same people who've been at it for years at this point. The first thing, people were calling him a lolly over having a fan account on Mint Fantome, a famous VTuber who's very much not a lolly and never portrayed herself as such. So yeah, saying, yeah, I definitely don't believe he's a lolicon, but his response was pretty terrible, saying he's gonna get worse when being called a lolicon is kind of stupid, saying that line definitely needs to be adjusted. But he was talking about how his general discussions were going to be more VTuber centric due to his passion for them. And yeah, I think the way that he phrased it in the response that we looked at in the last video, you know, he said he was going to get worse. I think what he meant was he's going to do more VTubing stuff, which obviously people aren't going to like, and obviously the backlash might get worse from that, right? So yeah, of course, I think that's kind of it. So I came across a series of threads accusing a YouTuber of being a PDF and following blank accounts, and after going through dozens of replies and finally sussing out what was going on, it just turned out that he liked Mint Fantome. What are we doing, man? Saying, and people were outraged about this, saying literally, how can you not fall in love with her, to Mint Fantome singing, which again I think is pretty insane, right? People saying social media psychosis. Normie outrage is confusing because I'm seeing the level-headed normies say the actual problem is how he was acting about her, and you look and find out he was just tweeting like an average VTuber fan. The bro is literally the most basic VTuber fan account I've ever seen. These people discovered VTubers exist 47 seconds ago. If they discovered phase fans, they would have literal aneurysms, which yeah, I think is true. And so, not gonna lie, if you see a childlike VTuber and try to defend it, you're a PDF. It shouldn't be hard to denounce lolly. It's a bit weird to say it's gross and think people who support it are creeps and pets. Which obviously, this one. Oh my god, bro. So does Mint even count as a lolly? No. Which again, yeah, I think it's crazy that people even tried to call Mint a lolly in the first place, right? So 17-year-olds who just discovered VTubers 5 minutes ago, acting like they uncovered a secret Diddy party, as if the Western VTubing boom wasn't 7 years ago. I'm trying so hard not to crush out, man. It's Mint Fantome. So how can you not fall in love with her? I like people who look like adults, fictional or not. So it's starting to get to the point where I see an accusation of someone being a PDF on this site. I'm beginning to automatically assume it's a someone out to get a anime woman. And saying, oh, you mean the exact thing we were all warned about, which was watering down the term PDF until it becomes a boy who cried wolf scenario. So yeah, obviously what people are getting, you know, kind of concerned about is the fact of, yeah, it does become one of these things where people start calling this guy a PDF for liking Mint Fantome of all people. And, you know, whenever there is an actual problem and someone that is actually targeting real children, right, it gets taken less seriously because of the amount of people that are on Twitter calling people, you know, these kind of words for, you know, Mint Fantome, right? Saying the gentle tones of Mint singing, it may sound harsh, begin to disregard when they show themselves to be stupid. Mint is a gentle soul with a beautiful voice. Enjoy her singing. I once heard a fairy who could sing like a funny that. So yeah, obviously a lot of people very, very, you know, supportive of Mint as well. So yeah, obviously there's been so much kind of backlash towards the people that have been going after this YouTuber Fsnom, right? And these are some of the other posts that come out saying, and to all of you saying Mint isn't a lolly, this is one of the most commonly used emoji combinations used by lolicons. Explain. Well, that's the thing, right? That oh my god, bro. Okay, so essentially they're saying, okay, well, if you're saying that she isn't a lolly, why does she use these emotes that lolicons use? There's a difference between a lolly and a lolicon, right? A lolly is a lolly, and a lolicon is someone who likes lollies. Those are two different things. So yeah, I don't know if people misunderstand that. I'm guessing they do. It still doesn't make her a lolly, right? Because you see her model, right? Just because she uses some emojis doesn't mean that her model instantly becomes younger, right? I think it's stupid. And obviously, yeah, saying, can you stop? So using emojis in post means you're a lolly. What sort of pattern recognition has no examples of other times a lot of cons use this? So yeah, obviously a lot of people have been responding to that. It has been very, very, you know, a big post, this one, saying, I get that Fsnom is dislikable, but this is mass hysteria to justify further dogpiling. Like they're full on, they're in the walls conspiracy level nonsense, right? And yeah, I think it is stupid. It is so stupid. I don't know why people so like, I don't know, pressed about this. So people saying, get me out of this timeline. Saying, N-word, do you even watch a clip or how a stream of her? She literally has a voice that sounds like a child, and even a model that looks like a child, which just like isn't true. Saying someone do a protect her smile mint edit with that model. Saying more people should watch Mari Mari. That's why these people think cute equals child for some reason. Actually, now that you talk about it, Mari culture is often painted as a target. So yeah, obviously it's so stupid. It's self-report, no shame. So yeah, at the end of the day, it just seems like a lot of people that, you know, obviously, I don't know, maybe they will have eyesight problems, they can't see or something. And you know, they just think one thing is completely different to what they're actually seeing. But hopefully this kind of backlash does, you know, calm down a bit, because obviously Mint has kind of just been dragged into this over the, you know, hatred that Fsnom has been getting for this. So it'll be interesting to see if, you know, she responds to it or not. Probably not, because again, hopefully it will just kind of blow over, because these people will just move on to another thing to attack Fsnom over, which again is pretty sad. And, you know, hopefully that does end for them too. But yeah, very interesting, right? But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also go to GameStop, use my code Kazo, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. So yeah.